Hey there, wonderful viewers. Welcome back to our channel, Real Life True, your go-to destination for all things relationships. Today, we're delving into a topic that many of us navigate at some point, the transition from friends to something more. So if you've been picking up on those subtle shifts in her behavior and wondering if there's more than friendship in the air, you're in the right place. Let's explore the 15 signs of transition from friends to more. Many beautiful romances flourish from the fertile ground of friendship. A partner who isn't your friend might not be a good choice for a long-term relationship. These platonic bonds can blossom into something more profound or remain cherished as they are. Navigating this transition, however, comes with a delicate balance of potential rewards and risks. It can be the spark of something extraordinary or the bittersweet end of a treasured connection. As much as the end stings, it's a reality, particularly when desires don't align. Myself have sailed this uncertain sea where a beautiful friendship almost sank. In 2021, I met someone who became a close confidant. We shared laughter, memories, and vulnerabilities. This blossomed for almost 2 years until he expressed a longing for something more serious. While my heart held him dear, my vision remained firmly platonic. This created a painful strain. It didn't entirely sever the bond, but everything just became uncomfortable. It hurts, but I stand by my choice. Recognizing the signs. The signs are always there. They could range from a change in the way you communicate with each other to increased emotional intimacy. The person wants to be close at every given opportunity, eye contact, display of affection, and many more. Even the blind could have noticed that the guy had developed romantic feelings for me, but I just decided to ignore it. Ignoring these signals is a common possibility, regardless of gender. Shamefully, I confess that I act oblivious sometimes, a silent denial, I guess out of fear of confrontation or a belief that friends simply behave this way. Communication is key. There's a lot of emphasis to be laid on communication. Once you realize you want something more from a friendship, please communicate. Without open and honest communication, it can be easy to misread signals or misunderstand intentions. One important aspect of communication in this situation is being able to identify and express your feelings and needs. It's important to be able to identify and communicate what you want from the relationship without pressuring the other person to feel the same. Actively listening is the most important part of the communication process. Look to previous post. To learn on active listening, make sure you're paying close attention to what the other person is saying so as not to misunderstand their perspective. 2. Assessing mutual feelings. It's important to pay attention to the other person's verbal and non-verbal cues to assess whether there is mutual interest in taking the relationship to the next level, especially when you're the feeling one. This can be tricky since people express their feelings in different ways. Reading their body language could give a sense of the other person's feelings. Some of these are: first, pay attention to eye contact. If the other person is maintaining eye contact with you, it could be a sign of interest. Second, notice the other person's facial expressions. If they're smiling or blushing, that could be a sign of attraction. Third, notice if the other person is mirroring your body language. If they're mirroring your posture or gestures, it could be a sign that they're interested in you. Pleasant body language can be an indicator of feelings, but it's important to remember that people express themselves differently. 3. Taking things slow. Going from friendship to being a couple can be a huge adjustment, especially for friends who didn't have that kind of intention at the onset. Rushing things can lead to confusion and miscommunication, so it's important to take things one step at a time. Pray as much as possible not to pressure the other person to move faster than they're comfortable with, and respect their boundaries. One way to take things slow is to focus on building a strong foundation of friendship before moving into a romantic relationship. This can involve getting to know the other person as a friend, learning about their interests and values, and establishing trust. This also means not rushing into physical intimacy or making major commitments right away. It's important to take the time to build trust and a strong emotional connection before making any big decisions. This can help ensure that the relationship is built on a solid foundation. 4. Navigating awkward moments. Awkward moments are never scarce. In the beginning, there might be slight changes in the way you relate, and you might not know what to say in some instances. There may be moments of uncertainty, tension, or misunderstandings as you both figure out how to navigate the new dynamic. It's important to be patient and to try to communicate openly and honestly about any awkward moments that arise. At once, I was navigating this situation with someone. The first time we saw each other after talking about how we felt, I stretched my hand for a handshake while he came in with a hug. It was really awkward. To navigate awkward moments, the first step is to acknowledge that they're going to happen. It's important to remember that it's okay to feel uncomfortable and not know what to say at every moment. Another important part of navigating awkward moments is to focus on the other person's feelings and needs, rather than your discomfort. This means being willing to listen and to try to understand where the other person is coming from. 5. Maintaining friendship regardless. This part can be tricky because the transition might not be successful and can even result in you both losing the bond you shared as friends. Even if the transition from friendship to relationship doesn't work out, it's possible to maintain the friendship if both of you are willing to put in the effort. This might mean setting boundaries and taking some time apart to let things settle. It's also important to be understanding and forgiving and to not hold any grudges. With all this being said, through the journey, it is important to learn from the experience whether it works out or not. Navigating through the transition from being friends to something more is a path that can lead to personal growth, understanding human emotions and building deeper connections. As some people will say, some friendships are not supposed to go beyond friendship. Cherish genuine connections for what they are, even if the romantic path you envision doesn't materialize. 6. Increased communication. The first sign to watch out for is an uptick in communication. If she's reaching out more frequently, whether through texts, calls, or even tagging you in memes, it could be her way of wanting to be more than just friends. 7. Intimate conversation. Next up, pay attention to the depth of your conversations. If topics shift from casual chit-chat to more personal and intimate subjects, she might be signaling a desire for a deeper connection. 8. Personal touch. The third sign involves physical touch. If you notice an increase in subtle touches, perhaps a touch on the arm or a playful nudge, it could indicate a shift in her feelings. 9. Extended quality time. Spending quality time together is always a good sign, but if you find that your hangouts are becoming more frequent or extended, it might be her way of expressing a desire for a more significant connection. 10. Flirtatious behavior. Keep an eye out for flirtatious behavior. If she's playfully teasing you, complimenting you more often, or engaging in light banter, these could be signs that she's testing the waters of romance. 11. Emotional support. Another key sign is increased emotional support. If she's there for you during challenging times or shows genuine concern for your well-being, it could indicate a deeper emotional connection. 12. Testing the water. Subtle hints and testing the waters come next. She might drop hints about her own feelings or playfully inquire about your thoughts on relationships. These are signs of her trying to gauge your interest. 13. Expressing vulnerability. If she starts opening up about her fears, dreams, and vulnerabilities, it's a strong signal that she sees you as more than just a friend. Sharing personal aspects of her life is a step towards deeper emotional connection. 14. Making plans for the future. The 9th sign is future planning. If she starts incorporating you into her future plans or makes suggestions about activities you could do together, it's a clear indication that she envisions you in her long-term story. 15. The unspoken connection. Last but not least, trust the unspoken connection. Sometimes the chemistry between two people is undeniable. If you feel that unspoken connection strengthening and deepening, it could be the silent confirmation that the transition from friends to something more is on the horizon. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more relationship insights, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. Wishing you all the best on your journey of love and connection. Until next time, take care.